What secret is acceptable to keep from a partner in a marriage? Let's jump in. Piku says, I let my wife experience all the big things with the kids first. She's a shift worker covering both day and night 12-hour shifts, and no 2 weeks of roster ever the same. So we have a rather sporadic home life where we are all not home at the same time. If the kids have happened to have done any of the milestone events when it's just been me at home, I've kept quiet about it and been genuinely excited when she witnessed them first, in quotes, and calls me in the room or tells me about it. I figure it helps her not feel like she's missing out on the family. Man, that's so nice. Like, that's so, like, first of all, big ups, man. Because that's what freaking nice. So basically, what this guy is saying is, all right, because of the nature of her work, many times he's at home with the kids and he has witnessed some major milestone events. What are milestone events? Milestone events like could be the first word the child says. It could be also maybe the first walk and all of that. So basically, what he's saying is, if these things happen when he's at home and his wife is not at home, he stays quiet. He does not tell the wife that, oh, he or she took the first steps today. And normally, I can imagine how a woman or the wife will want to be present in moments like that. So, not wanting her to miss out on moments like that, he eventually just holds on. And when it happens during her time, and she's telling him about it, he acts genuinely surprised and happy as if that's the first time it's happening. That's so nice. That's literally so nice. I'll learn from that. Big up. So we should all learn from that. Big up, man. Nice to be nice. Nice to be nice says, I worked very hard with my kids to ensure their first word was mama. When she wasn't around, I was going mama, mama, mama to the kids. Being a mom is everything to her, and I wanted her to have the cherished moment of being the first word they said. I will never tell her that. Hell yeah, big ups, man. It just makes it much more romantic and not knowing. Because eventually, I think it's also cool if eventually she ever finds out. It just makes you look much more of being caring, considerate, romantic, and all of that. But the fact that she genuinely believes that their first word was mama without any external push towards mama, which you were doing in the background, I think she just cherishes it more. She cherishes it. All right. Muffin says, I have an emergency gift stash for when my partner has a bad day. My emergency stash for my wife is mostly chocolate. Hell yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I think that's cool. So basically, it's just the advice there is just basically have something you know your partner likes, a partner really likes. Like every time you give her this thing, in this case, it's chocolate. In your time, it could be a lollipop, it could be a note, it could be you making food for them, it could be whatever, it could be a romantic date, whatever. But anytime your partner is having a bad day, you just know this is your go-to to eventually automatically cheer them up. That's cool. Thanks for that, Muffin. Hardway Winnie, we are going to two more. Hardway Winnie says, on the day I got married, my dad pulled me aside and gave me this one piece of advice. You don't have to tell her everything. I was flummoxed. Did my dad have a secret family in Florida that he was visiting on those long business trips? No. 30 years later, I realized he didn't mean keep secrets. He meant don't always tell her the dinner tastes burn. Don't always tell her when someone says something mean about her. Don't always tell her that the children clothes look dumb. Of course, it would have helped a lot if he had actually said that. Perhaps perhaps he wanted me to learn the hard way. So basically, he's saying, if you gave me this advice sooner, I would not have messed up eventually and learned it the hard way. Yeah. So this morning, my wife asked me, now be serious. Does this dress look nice? Or does it look like I'm trying too hard to look like a teenager? I honestly thought she looked great. I told her, hell yeah. One more lesson learned. You don't always need to say the truth. Especially in this kind of a situation where the truth is just basically things like, when I say the truth, I don't mean that you should be like the dad said, does not mean keep secrets. It just means there's some information at the end of the day that you could go to your grave with. Like, for example, if the food in this particular instance too salty, Just eat the salty food. All right, two more. Maple says, if someone talks S about them, you don't need to always tell them. All right? You can stand up for them and leave it at that. I don't need to hear every thought my mother-in-law has about our weddings. All right. This particular one is so freaking funny. Pookie says, the size and nature of your bowel movements. Please, if you are my husband reading this, honey, stop. So basically, the husband comes back and is telling me, today my shit was so brown. And I think there's a point where eventually it just becomes gross. Like seriously, it just becomes gross. There's a point where eventually you can laugh about those kind of things. Especially like I know if once in a while you make a comment like that, I think that's appropriate. But if it becomes a habit, that anytime you go to the bathroom, you come and you tell your partner about how your shit was and how it smelled or how many of them had to come out, it just becomes gross. It literally just becomes gross. So basically, that's some information you can keep from your partner. And now, this is the final and last one. So Zaid says, your other friend's secret. When a body of mine's partner started talking about something I explicitly said not to share with anyone, I had to reevaluate what I would share with him in the future. Part of me kind of expects their spouse to know what I would tell them. But when you know your spouse is a gossip, don't expect me to ever open up to you again, especially if I have already told you to keep it a secret. So basically, you have a friend, and every information you tell this friend, he goes and blabs it out to his wife. So he and his wife are so good friends that they share other people's secret among them. I think many couples do this. I think especially couples who have a very good friendship. It's very difficult for you to give one of them, those partners, a certain piece of information and think the other partner is not going to hear this. In situations like that, this is what I'll say. For those couples who have these conversations, like for example, if you're married and you share everything, even if other people tell you things in secret, and let's say you cannot keep close, you're that close to your wife and you always want to talk to your wife. So basically, try as much as possible to make sure your wife is also not a blabber who goes out there and talks about this information that both of you have discussed and it's supposed to be in secret. She goes and talks about it with her other friends. Nah, if you have a wife like that, then don't give other people's secrets to such a woman or such a man to keep. Because at the end of the day, you end up losing friends outside your circle because things that they would have told you in secret, it's already out there in the open. Why? Because the partner whom you trusted to tell another person's secret to blabbed it out. So, yep, those are some things which, according to these people in their opinions, some secrets you can keep from your partner. What about you? What do you think? What are some secrets which are acceptable to keep from your partner? Write it down in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time.